Well, hey there. My name is Andrew Bailey. I'm a senior at Utah State University getting a degree in sustainable agriculture. And today, I'm here to teach you about how to compost. Come take a walk. Before composting, we're going to need some things. The equipment that will be required for this instructional video are a bin or basin to hold our compost, soil for our base layer, fresh organic matter for composting, old organic matter such as yard waste for composting, a trowel or shovel, and gloves. The last thing we need to do before we compost is to put on our gloves. Gloves will prevent you from hurting your hands on sharp sticks that may be in your compost bin, and also keep your hands clean from bacteria and germs from the composting material. Remember, always be safe when you're composting. The first step to composting is selecting your bin. I've chosen this bin, which already has holes drilled in it. The three things you want to look for a composting bin are that it has a lid, that there's holes for aeration, and that there's enough space to fit your compost in and turn it over. You can either make one at home or purchase one from the store. The next step is choosing a location for your bin. There's two things to consider when doing this. One, that it's out of direct sunlight, and two, that it's not being rained on. Some good places for it are under your deck, underneath the awning of your house, or underneath the tree in your backyard. Make sure to keep it away from the inside of your home so that it doesn't attract animals into your house. After you've found a good location for your composting bin, it's time to start collecting materials to put inside. There's two types of materials that you want to look for. Things that are considered green materials, like this old food waste and bread and leaves. These are rich in nitrogen. The other is brown organic material, dried leaves, twigs, and sticks from your yard. These are good for adding carbon to your compost. After you gather those together, we'll move on to the next step. Now it's time to place your materials in your bin. I'm going to be placing a base layer of soil, brown leaves, and green material in different layers throughout to be able to distribute the compost evenly as it decomposes. To demonstrate the layers in your bin, I've put soil at the bottom, your base layer, green material, and then brown material. The more compost you add, the more layers you'll have. Green, brown, until you reach nearly the top of your bin. Make sure to leave enough room so that you can turn it over later. For your bottom layer, put brown soil. For your next layer, take your fresh waste and green materials. And for your top layer, put all of your brown materials like dead leaves and twigs. After you're done with that, add a little bit of water. That'll help it decompose faster. And now shut the lid. Wearing your gloves, take your shovel or trowel in your hand. Reach deep into your compost bin, scooping from the bottom, and turn it over. Ideally, you would like an even mix throughout the entire bin. As time progresses, it'll look more and more like compost and soil. Take your fresh compost from the bin. Add it to your soil. Stir it into your soil so that the plant has an even distribution of nutrients to its roots. The final step is repetition. Remember, composting can be done year-round. As long as you keep adding new material to your bin, you'll have fresh compost all year. Remember to keep a ratio of 2 parts old material to 1 part new fresh material to keep your compost bin working successfully. Thank you so much for joining me today in this instruction manual for composting. See you next time.